Gazette here with the next video, and today talking about 2 attack strategies at Town Hall 10 you need to have down. These 2 strategies are the go-to at Town Hall 10 right now. They're working very well, especially this one you're going to see right here, but also just on a bigger picture, you want to be able to have a arsenal of multiple different strategies depending on the base. Now, for one, I like using hogs, but to be honest, they're not very mainstream. They're very base specific, and we're going to take a look at 2 strategies that work on most Town Hall 10 bases if you can break them down right. Now, there are slight variations you have to do to adjust to each of the to whatever base you're attacking, but in general, you can use them on most bases if you identify the right things about that base. So this first one is the classic Witch Bowler, and this one adds healers to it, so it's something you can do. 3 healers right here on the Queen, just to help her kind of step up, take out some buildings. Not supposed to be a huge queen walk, just a little bit here. The witches also help out by providing tanking. Just adds a little bit of extra umph to that side of the attack. Then the main force of witches and bowlers is going to the left, working their way up to the top. And going into the base is a golem, the king, and a bunch of bowlers. Now, don't send witches into the base. That's one thing I've kind of learned. They're very good around the outside if you have enough of them. Don't send them into the middle of the base. It's just not worth it. Use more bowlers. And one thing that makes this attack very viable is look at how that Inferno is 1 tile away from these walls. That way, the next jump doesn't even have to let everything into the bowler compartment or into the Inferno compartment because the bowlers can reach it. But I think he has the jump anyway, so well, actually, he drops the jump a little bit in front. So, yeah, the bowlers are able to shoot into that compartment, which is very important because sometimes the Inferno can just roast your bowlers if it stays up. But regardless, he gets to the wall so quickly. You're using all your spells on your force entering the base, so typically you're going to need 2 jumps. Sometimes you want to freeze, sometimes not, just depends. With level 2 Infernos, it makes it easier not to have to freeze, but 2 rages and a heal, I think, is what he used here. You can take out a heal or take out a rage and put a freeze in if needed. Don't use more than 1 freeze typically. The front side Inferno you won't have to freeze for the most part in most cases because your bowlers will be able to get through it so quickly when there's that much of them up at the beginning of the attack that they won't need to freeze. It'll all happen so quickly. But sometimes the back end Inferno you need to freeze. But also